Good. Have a good day. You're dismissed. Goodbye.
Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday, people. As people were coming in, I just want to welcome you. And tonight's topic is about Broward County sheriffs in Florida, where they passive aggressively violate this lady's right with PC that was not giving according to law. When officers pull you over, they have a duty and an expectation to tell you what you're being pulled over for. And I'm just going to get that narrative right out of the way right now. I'll show it again for those people that want to debate whether or not this is the narrative of PC and the expectation. I'm ready for it. It doesn't matter. And I'm going to prove it in this case, which is the simple one, Terry versus Ohio. Now I'm going to read this real quick. All right. Even though a lot of people are against this, there is some precedent here that sets an expectation for the officer to do his job. And we know this to be a fact. I'm not going to read this, but this is an October 31st, 1963. Martin Fadden, 39, and a couple other guys were arrested, and there was an expectation that was brought out of this when this went to the ACLU, took it to and got a reversal on some of the narratives inside this case. So Terry appealed to the United States Supreme Court in 1967. Later known as the stop and frisk case, Terry versus Ohio represents a clash between Fourth Amendment protections from intrusive, harassing conduct by police when no crime has been committed, and the duty of an officer is to investigate suspicious behavior and prevent crime. Let's read later on down here. Okay. In June of 1968, the United States Supreme Court affirmed the conviction and set a precedent that allows police officers to interrogate and frisk suspects and individual without probable cause for an arrest, providing that the officer can articulate a reasonable basis for the stop and frisk. There you go. So that is the expectation right there. Regardless if you read this as, oh, that's still them violating our rights and getting away with it, you might be right. But in the time here is that we have a Supreme Court case that went to the top and they decided on it. They have to articulate why they are arresting you or detaining you. So every time they do a traffic stop, like this one right here, let's use this one. Okay? We'll use this one as an example. All right. So let's listen to the call. will hear the call, because this is important that everybody know the facts in this. So when this video goes out and people watch my video here, they're going to understand, not only am I giving you the law, I'm showing you by example how it's done. All right?
Sorry about that, guys. If you disconnected, it's gonna happen again because I need to reset my. Stand by. Sorry, it's gonna keep doing that for a minute.
I want you guys to listen to the call that comes in. There's going to be a call for a fight. Ready? 601, 602, and 603. Listen.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. I had to reset that. I need to make sure that the my app resets itself so it'll come up to at least 728.
Is your radio for sure? Action. Base 744. Base 414 is your radio for sure.
Go ahead. 603, 301, and 304. When you guys are in service, I need to send you to Goddard, just west of Inkster, for a flight. Getting reports of about 9 people in a physical dispute up
What's the
there.
Inkster?
All right. So I'm on my way. Right? We know why we're going there. We know why the purpose of why I'm there. I am the press. Everybody knows that I am. So I get there when the police get there. Okay. Here's the police. And I go to a parking spot where I'm allowed to park. Okay. And I put it in park. So let's go from here. I am legally parked.
That'll be rescue 41. We'll advise if any.
I need to put my chair up anyway.
Also, it's a chateau, the same place the lockout is.
So I actually, right here, got out and straightened my chair out because my chair was messed up.
415.
Go ahead.
Now they're talking.
Yes, I just want to let you know, Lifeline has no units available, so fire's going to be out there.
Yeah, that's just Romulus police guys.
304 area.
14 traffic, south on Sibley.
They're looking.
Copy.
Southbound Sibley, go ahead.
Edward John Paul 0432 4500.
I told you, look, he's going to want to get behind me.
You see his partner right here? So now they've decided, instead of to look for the crime, right? They decide to do a traffic stop on me.
You ain't pulling. Oh, he thinks he's gonna do a traffic stop on me.
41 copy.
You doing it? Hey, he's doing a traffic stop on me, guys.
He was lying.
Hey, check it out. He just did a traffic stop on me.
5 seconds.
Here we go, yeah. Look at it.
I think it's funny because I know it's an illegal stop. Thank you, Legitimize Freedom. Appreciate that.
What's happening?
We're getting calls about something. Were you over at a place? There's some heated dispute or something?
I don't answer questions, man.
What's that?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
No.
All right.
Are you doing a traffic stop on me?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Are you want to articulate it, please?
So I'm having a hard time here. Can you roll down the window the rest of the way?
Can you articulate reasonable suspicion? No, sir. Can you articulate it, please?
Can you roll down the window the rest of the way?
No, sir. You can hear me.
I'm not telling you to exit the vehicle if you don't roll down the window, sir.
Okay. Listen,
I see your little setup.
I'm live.
That's cool.
All right. And you need to give me reasonable, articulable suspicion of why.
What's the case law on that?
Huh?
What's the case law on that?
What do you mean, what the case law on that? Do I have to? Are you telling me that I don't have rights because I'm not going to give you a case law?
You not know the case law?
Yeah, I know the case law, but I don't have to tell you that.
You don't know what it is?
I don't have to tell you
I
it.
think it's probably because you don't know what it is.
Oh, really? How much you want to bet? How much? Here, I'll tell you what. I am inserting my Fifth Amendment right. Watch this.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license, sir? Sir, I need your driver's license.
Now, as a person that does not practice law, I'm not a lawyer, but I will tell you that I have a paralegal degree. Do not do this if you are not prepared to be arrested, because there's some tyrants out there that will try this. Okay? But in my situation, I eased all his expectations of me being a threat, or all his reasons why he would give me lawful reasons for him to go hands-on and actually try to use violence on me. One of those reasons was I took the keys out of the ignition, threw them up on the dashboard, and I told him that I was inserting my Fifth Amendment right. I'm not going to speak no more or answer any more of his questions. Now, I may articulate a few things to him and say, you're going to, for the record, and disseminate a few things to him that were important to ease his expectations of his unlawful commands, because there is no reason. I am not there for his call. He was called for a fight in a yard that's 2 houses down, and he's too lazy to actually go get it. Instead, I arose his attention, not his suspicion, his attention. And then he lies. Listen to it.
Sir, I need your driver's license. Sir, if you don't give me your driver's license, I'm gonna have to take you out of the vehicle.
Why would you? Are you wanting to inflict force on me?
Sir,
Are you trying to use force on me? You were called for a bar fight down there.
See how that got it? See that? See how that got his attention? Now his whole demeanor is going to change. The whole demeanor is going to change. All right? Excuse me. This thing is so touchy. My God.
Sir, I need your driver's license. Sir, if you don't give me your driver's license, I'm gonna have to take you out of the vehicle.
Why would you? Are you wanting to inflict force on me?
Sir,
Are you trying to use force on me? You were called for a bar fight down there, and I have my scanner on, and I'm a cop watcher, and you're trying to inflict violence on me.
Let me explain myself. They gave your license plate as part of the people involved.
How much you want to bet that they didn't do that?
They absolutely did.
I got it on record right now.
Okay, 1 second. Do you want to listen real quick?
And that was the transparency, ladies and gentlemen, of when we went from that state police parking lot. We heard them call his numbers out for a call for service in that area where there was an actual fight at that bar or near that bar, which was 2 houses down from where I was at. And I still don't want to I don't want to snitch the situation out.
I don't give a damn.
Okay, 1 second. Hold on, I got you. 1 second.
And they give me a complete different plate. That's not my plate number.
Let's put our listening ears on.
Yeah.
Provided by Taylor PG with 9745 King 4.
Go ahead, sir.
Oh, hold on.
414. Yeah.
Sounded like this was just a onlooker.
Can you try to contact Alan Parker?
Okay. So did you report the fight?
Nope.
No?
You see that? I'm not involved, and that wasn't my plate number. It's a total perpetration.
421.
That was Taylor conspiring against me with them guys because I was on a live stream, and they don't know. But this is the case that I'm taking them on. I just let the cat out of the bag. This is what's going to the Supreme Court.
Do we understand each other now? Then I don't have to do anything. I can take off if I want to because I didn't do anything. I didn't break no laws. Listen, reasonable, articulable suspicion that I committed a crime. I need you to articulate that right now, or I'm going to put a freaking complaint on you. You are in color of law. You're violating my Fourth Amendment right now. You understand that?
1 second. Just stay right here, okay? Thank you, sir.
So I'm going to speed up a little bit here because he comes back and, of course, gives me a justification that, he tries to cops blame me. Okay. And it's just irredeemable. You know what I mean? The only way that you redeem behavior like this is to get punitive damages. So he comes back and tells me that I'm all set, all right? Which I prove to you inside this law that I'm going to bring back up, and then we're going to go to another case similar to it, okay?
Or anything of the sorting. They think they could do that.
You're all set. Yeah, thank you, sir. Take care. Thank you for your compliance.
Hey, I need your badge number, sir.
Don't worry about it.
No, that's not how that rolls. That's not how that rolls. No, sir. That's not how that rolls. I'm putting a Fourth Amendment violation on you. I have a paralegal degree. You know what? You're not getting away with that. You're not getting away with that. You're not. Hey, you guys want to give me your name and badge number? You tyrant motherfuckers.
Okay. Now, let's take it back out. Now that I proved to you that theory, okay, I proved it to you. The bootlickers, they can't say nothing. They can run their DSs all day long on no channels that I will never respond to because they're beneath me. Those people are beneath me. Anybody that comes against the Wolverine channel because you think that I'm some sort of BLM or Antifa that intimidates police officers, you are so wrong. You right extremists that think that, and you left extremists that think that I'm behind some kind of right extreme organization because I believe in this 1776 that's above you. We the people. I'm here to tell you, it's all a false narrative. Just want to, before I go on, I want to welcome the people who are in here. Jonathan, how you doing? Legitimize Freedom. That is an awesome channel. What up, man? I even I modded him. That's awesome. Thank you for being here. I've had a conversation or two with him. It's almost like talking to myself. Anyway, Ray, how you doing? Mo, what's up? What's going on? What's going on? So I proved to the whole world my theory in law when I let that play out. Okay? So let's bring the law back up. All right? Let's bring the law back up. All right? Because this is what it is. In June of 1968, the United States Supreme Court affirmed the conviction and set a precedent. You hear that? That allows police officers to interrogate and frisk suspects, individuals, without probable cause or an arrest, providing that the officer can articulate the reason, the basic, for the stop or the frisk. I rest my case. I've proven that to you. I got two others just like this. Okay? Moving forward. We are past it. Anybody that thinks otherwise is considered debunked. I don't name names. I don't need to. Now, we're going to go to this story. All right? This was published August 17th of 2023. All right? We're going to go ahead and play this, and we're going to see what's the difference on this. Okay? Because I'm going to break it down space by space, clip by clip.
Fighting her arrest for battery on a law enforcement officer, saying it was actually the officer who was the one who got physical, and his own body cam video proves it. Local 10's Alex Finney live in Fort Lauderdale, where a decision from a judge is expected soon. Alex?
And so, Christy, what I can tell you about all of this is that this case continues on. The judge denying the motion to suppress evidence in the case involving a rough arrest back in May of 2022. In court, we heard from the state and defense in relation to the alleged incident involving Kiana Cooper and BSO Deputy Stephen Davis. Body cam video from the 2022 incident shows Officer Davis approach Cooper's car and ask for her ID, at which time she asks why. The judge
You hear that?
referencing that.
All right, that is the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. That is the same thing that I did. Why? You need to articulate reasonable, articulable suspicion. All right? I didn't want to give that officer that information that I knew. I wanted to see if he was going to honor his oath and apologize and be on his way. But he didn't do that. He ran like a little coward, like they are, because that's what they do. Okay? And that is how they roll. Now, another person had brought up some more of this. So I'm going to show you how this officer came about when he rolled up on that scene. Okay? It's another fellow auditor out here. Okay? In fair use, I'm using this because this is the same case. Now I want you to watch this officer and I want you to pay attention to her pulling back up because she was about to leave. All right. So while about to leave, this officer pulls up behind her and blocks her in. So you see her pull back in. It will unmute when he gets out of the vehicle, ladies and gentlemen. See how she just pulled back up? See that? Because she was pulling out. All right. This is Deputy Stephen Davis. All right. So as he begins to get close to her, and here, let me play this out, okay? Because I really don't need anybody else's narration in this, because I have my own narration in this, and even though he is right, I showed you myself what happened there. So let's see, about right maybe here.
About to get arrested because I'm
not going to ask you again.
ID.
I'm not going to ask you again.
Hear this, Mom. He's not giving me a problem, or what did I do wrong?
You hear that?
What?
He's not articulating, Mom. He's not. She asked him why. Okay, that's in the other. I guess I could show the guy who it is, because I'm trying not to, because you know, this guy's got 400,000 subscribers and he really doesn't need any attention from me. Okay, so I guess I can get to that point, but you'll hear this person say what needs to be said, but it's you know what? I don't care. Maybe I should just let it play. Stand by.
How you doing? You got an ID on you, ma'am?
Why am I giving my ID?
Boom! That's all we need to see out of this. She's asking for reasonable, articulable suspicion right there. What have I done? Where's my crime? All right? So now he violates her 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, because she don't have her attorney. She's trying to get help. She's asking for help. And this guy does not care at all. He is hurting her. I know people know the auditor that released some of this information, okay? But That makes no difference. I'm not here to promote or deny him. I am just here to promote this story because I showed you in the beginning how that works as an activist and a professional that I am, and I need to start coming up to par with this, whether people like it or not. I proved my case.
I'm waiting on my friend, and now I'm about to get arrested because I'm
not going to ask you
refusing
again.
his ID.
I'm not going to ask you again.
Hear this, Mom. He's not giving me a problem. Or
You hear that?
What did I?
So right there, she's saying, Mom, he's not, let me break this down for you guys. He's not giving me reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, Mom. That's basically what she's saying. Because if once it goes to the Supreme Court, if she takes it there or her circuit, that's what they're going to see. If you get the right person that fights this, because they have to articulate why they're doing what they're doing.
Do wrong? What did I do?
See, she's still asking, what did I do? And he's not answering her. And we can hear, his camera can hear, but he's just so mad at the world. He is just such an angry individual with probably post-traumatic stress problems. And I'm not giving Stephen Davis any at all excuses for his tyrannical behavior that he needs to be doing time for. I'm telling you that this man, no matter what she's done to break the law, he did not do his job and articulate to her what it was, which violated her due process, which violates the Fourth Amendment. Everything is null and dull from here out. Okay?
These people can kill me, Mom.
And she ain't lying. They can do that. You see the chance I took when I did it?
And you want me to just give up? I was going to leave, but he just pulled up behind me. And now he's asking for IDs and stuff. I feel like I'm going to get...
Okay. You see her intention? She starts to get out her stuff right here. We seen that. See that? She starts to get that stuff out as she's talking to Mom, right? Look at this.
To leave, but he just pulled up behind me.
All right, so to me, as a reasonable person, we're talking about what average officer, the reasonable person would believe that this woman is trying to insert her rights and trying to figure out why this officer's not giving the reason, and she feels unsafe. And I don't blame her one bit. And for those people out there that tell me that you hate cops, again, I understand why you do. I have sympathy for you. I really do, man. You got to get rid of it, though. And we got to fight back through the courts. And you have to be an activist. You got to pick up a phone. You got to pick up a camera. And you got to start going out there and weeding these people out. And I heard a bootlicker say that today. Funny he said it like that, huh? But yet he talks against people. He talks against people that do what I do. I don't understand it. Does anybody know if that pig cop is still with? Yeah, he's still there. He's still there. And this is a current case. This is a current case. She's still fighting this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this was the case is ongoing and proceeded to another pretrial. Okay,
and now he's asking for IDs and stuff. I feel like I'm gonna get killed.
Look at this guy. We can see a picture. Look at him. Look at him. We know he's Caucasian. We know he's got a shit-eating look on his face. God knows all the violent tendencies that he has, he's probably a racist, because why else would he be putting this poor lady through all this crap for some CI? If it was over some parking complaint, that's called a civil infraction. Give me a break.
I give them my ID, or they're gonna hunt me.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you one more time, and then I'm going to pull you out of the car. Okay?
Did you see how she looked up like this as her eyes was rolling down? All right. She's got her hand on it, looking him up and down because she sees all the weapons. Her head goes up and she's looking down. She's looking at all them weapons. She's scared to death. Her eyes are down now, and her left hand is on the wheel. Her right hand can be seen. Where is the threat?
United States law generally
Okay, so he comes out with his distinguished facts. I'm going to come out with mine. We already seen from mine. I have more facts in this. It's called hands on, and I showed you, and I'll show you another one after this one. Okay, I'm going to show you twice with the same officer. Okay, and he articulates it, but because he already violated my rights as he's violating hers, as this deputy sheriff's violating hers, he tries to do it again and successfully fails at it because he knows that I have expelled all his suspicions and concerns whether I'd be a threat to that situation or not. When you take the keys out of the ignition so they can see them and you tell them that you're asserting your Fifth Amendment right, well, he ain't going nowhere. He doesn't want to run, and he's waiting for my supervisor. What better condition can you see? That was the key in this situation, just like she should have did. Most average person don't know this, but I'm telling you, as a professional, take the keys out of the ignition, put them on the dashboard, let your hands be seen, and say, I'm waiting for a supervisor, and I don't want to answer no more questions. Flat out, point blank. That is how that should go. All right? Yeah, the court is definitely corrupt. The only difference is you don't wear a badge while you film, and you're not operated under the color of law. You are doing this for we the people. There you go. There you go. Well, if this case is ongoing, how is she having to do drug screens? I'm not sure. I'm not sure on any of that. I'm just reading some. I'm reading some chat. You guys want to go ahead and read it? You go right ahead. I am just. I appreciate you all being here. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We need to bring more attention to this channel because I believe in my subscribers, and I believe that it is my duty because I can't do nothing else. I am handicapped and I can't offer a lot, but I can redress my government. I can come out here and protest these things and bring awareness to unlawful tyranny that needs to be dealt with. And we need law and order, but we don't need the law that they're operating under. We need somebody that's going to operate under their oath and take their bargaining agreement and literally appreciate the people that they work for, ladies and gentlemen. Look at us. Look at all this violence.
You're not gonna fight me. What are you doing? Stop!
Stop!
You're not gonna punch me.
I believe with all my heart that this man had beats his wife, has beat women in the past. I believe this all day long. If a woman come up to me, a stranger, I mean, a crackhead can come up to me and convince me, and no pun intended, that this man has assaulted them or gaslit them or corrosively hurt them and set them up in some way because we're watching it happen right here. And the court is upholding this man's oath.
Punch me.
What you were witnessing right now is a police officer, sworn public servant,
That punched a lady in her head, ladies and gentlemen. Literally. And look at all the redactions in here. Deputy arrived on the scene and made contact with this young lady who was sitting in her vehicle, a silver Chrysler, serving Florida tag, blah, blah, blah. Deputy, blah, requested her identification, and she refused. She didn't refuse. She didn't refuse at that time. So there's lie number one, ladies and gentlemen. No, that's lie number two, because lie number one was she wasn't sitting there, ladies and gentlemen. She was backing up. That's the first lie. Because as you've seen, I pointed that out. She was backing up, and then because she realized there was a cop behind her, and now she was in a traffic stop, she pulled back up and put it in park. So that's lie one. Lie two is when he asked, she refused to give identification. That is not true. She might have not have felt like she had to give it to him, right? And she might have been displaying that behavior, but when she asked why, that is the law in Terry versus Ohio. That's the other part that they conveniently don't uphold, and that will hold up in any court that I go to that I stand behind. I won't let them get away with it. I will turn that court into a circus if they ignore that fact, because that's the highest Supreme Court. Supreme Court is the highest court of the nation. And if you're going to ignore that, just like in Houston v. Hill, another awesome right out of the park, because it's got to be a physical act in obstructing. Anyway, moving on. So she refused and began talking to her mother to obstruct the deputy. Do you honestly think that she was talking to her mother to obstruct? Fact number three, she was already on the phone when he walked up. So why would she call her mother to purposely obstruct this deputy? She didn't. She was talking to her mother because she knew, I need to get somebody on the phone right now. She probably had her on speed dial, and while the cop walked up, she started saying, hey, I don't know why he's doing this. Mom, I'm just letting you aware. I need help. I'm scared. Like any of our children would when they're scared. And then he said she refused.
Deputy Blank.
Okay? She refused and began to tell her mother to obstruct the deputy. Investigation ignoring his lawful command to produce her identification. No, that's not what happened. Now he is using corrosive tactics. When you use corrosive tactics, that means in this situation, he's corrosively using his authority unlawfully. Okay, that's where the corrosive comes in. As he's using gaslighting tactics, making her believe that she rejected an unlawful order to begin with because he didn't answer the question. Now, if he would have told her, look, there's a subsection here where you broke the law. I believe you broke this law. Here's the law. Now give me your ID. Now she would have had to produce her ID. Okay? But she didn't even give her that chance because he already broke. He's already gaslighting her, and he already had plans to take care of her and forcefully hurt this woman. Okay? To object, all right. So he made another request, which was ignored by her. She continued to obstruct the deputy's investigation and continued to not produce her ID. Deputy reached in to open the door, and after she refused to comply with the deputy command to produce her identification, immediately pulled her driver's door closed. That's not what happened. She leaned back immediately. Come on, we all seen that. I don't need to go back. If you want to, you can. This video's long enough. I'm already 41 minutes into it. She leaned back and said, "What are you doing?" I'm not. That's just paraphrasing. So that's a lie. And pushed the driver door open and ran directly at the deputy, began using both of her hands to scratch the deputy. No, that's not what happened. He snatched her out of the vehicle, and she began to protect herself as anybody would, because this man just attacked her and violated her Fourth Amendment right. And she knew it. She knew this wasn't right. That's why she was doing it. This woman is perfectly legal. She has no record. Okay? She has almost a spotless driving record. So why would a person that don't have a record that is lawful and law-abiding do this? Because he's a tyrant. And that is where we need to make change, ladies and gentlemen. Deputy ordered her to stop multiple times and continued to actively resist and attacking the deputy and scratched. Everything the deputy is saying from here on out is reversed. He is actually deflecting. He is actually gaslighting her. He's attacking her and telling her it's her fault. He's saying that she's doing the attacking when he's the one that started the provocation, when he's the one that didn't articulate the law, when he's the one that could have identified himself. Hi, I'm Mr. Deputy Stevens with the Broward County, blah, blah, blah. I'm pulling you over, man, because you got a broken light. I got a call for service out here. I see that you're not parked right. Blah, 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 blah. But whatever. He could have articulated anything at that point, and she would have had to comply. But because he didn't, he screwed up. And now, when this goes to a superior court, which I hope she makes no deal. I hope to God this woman makes no deal. I pray to the Lord Jesus Christ, do not let this woman make a deal. I'm going to speed it up because you want to watch, oh boy, you're more than welcome. I don't need to give anybody support, even though I do support their narrative. I do not need to support people that have 400,000 subscribers.
You literally need to detain them and get reasonable, articulable suspicion.
Oh, he's just repeating the same thing that I proved. And he's proved many a times before too, but he didn't do what I did. No. So let's do this. I'm going to show you not just that one video that we had. Let's go to the other video where they tried to do it again because of retaliation. And Wolby stood his ground. Wolby stood his ground. Okay? Flat out. Let's show the second part where the same officer tries to pull me over, not once, but the second time again. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen this yet, you need to see it now. And people need to share this. People need to come back to this. People need to start activating this channel, because I am a professional and I have been lagging back and I haven't been giving you my all because I've been dealing with some really tough issues, but I'm tough enough and I'm going to stand in adversity and do my best. But in the meantime, back at the ranch, I'm here for you, my subscribers. I love the Wolby family. If you're not a member, please become a member today and join. Here's where Wolby does it again. Not once, but twice with the same officer. Now, watch what this officer does. You see this right here? We're looking at this. You see this? This is the same officer because they were called back. If you see where my arrow is, right about there where it is the lawn where 15 to 25 people are actually fighting. I got that on camera, but I am not a rat. I don't tell on people. So we leave that out, right? So, moving forward.
Watch this.
Now, he goes on the wrong side because he sees me back here again. He says, oh, there's that guy. There's that troublemaker, right? There's that guy that called me the tyrant that I am. He's still around, right? So he goes on to oncoming traffic. He has no lights on. He has no lights on, ladies and gentlemen. Then once I stop, then he turns his lights on. Watch this. I literally stop because I want you to look in my review mirror. There's nobody there. I'm not impeding traffic. The only way that you can impede traffic if there's people behind me. If anything, he just crossed a double line in front of that place, or right on this guardrail. See these rails right here? There's always a double line. They're faded, but there's always a double line when you see rails. Watch this. He starts deflecting and breaking the law. Now he turns his lights on as soon as I stop. See that? Watch this. Right here. See this?
See, now
he
he's
turns his lights on.
A traffic stop.
So before he even turned his lights on, he was breaking the law because he was on the other side of the traffic facing the wrong way. He was facing east in a westbound lane going backwards. So now he's behind me. If I don't start going forward, then I would be impeding. So I start to move forward. You can see. You see how that's clear in my review mirror? Look, I know what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. Now that it's clear that he's pulling me over,
he's doing a traffic stop on me again.
I do
see that there's rocks on the roadway. Rocks on the roadway.
So when I took my left turn, my left posi traction went a little bit. It's just a little slide that happens to everybody when there's rocks on the road. As a matter of fact, there are signs around here that says so. So he begins to play his little retaliation game with me, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are.
If I was you, I would leave me alone. If I was you, I would leave me alone. If I was you, I would leave me alone. You know the rocks that are on the freaking street? It causes your tires to spin when you take a left.
I stopped you for careless driving. If you want to fight it in court, you can. But
Okay. So you did it live on YouTube. You did it live on YouTube.
Because you stopped right there in the road.
No, I didn't. There's got to be somebody behind me for me to.
You see that? You see how he's gaslighting me? You see how they're trying to intimidate me using all that fake PC and RAS for absolutely nothing. And even with RAS, watch what I do.
Doing Pete, sir. See, you're being a tyrannical tyrant right now. I look at me. I got 4th-degree burns all over me. I'm not a threat to you, and you're acting like a complete moron.
You knew I stopped you for careless driving.
No, I didn't. I took a left. I took a left.
So I told you I stopped you.
No, I'm watching you because you're a tyrant. You're a tyrant. You're no good. You're trash, and you're a tyrant. You continued. Hey, y'all, call the police department. Get their lieutenant involved. I know you're lieutenant, and trust me, when they know who I am, they're going to watch me because I watched you pull up. I watched you try to violate my rights and put freaking violence on me. Do you know the state of Washington right now? The state of Washington right now.
What I was trying to tell you guys there in this, the state of Washington 1052, that bill says that they don't even have to stop for state troopers no more unless you have been convicted of a violent crime you're on parole or probation for, or if you're out on bond for on a current case, or if you beat your wife and you hurt people. If you're on any violent, you have to stop. If you're a ward of the court, you have to stop, meaning if you're out on bond for something. That only applies. And that's what I was trying to tell him, that's going to spread like wildfire. It's even it's spread here in a similar case to it, a similar bill to it, that the people of Ann Arbor and Ypsilanti are now putting those policies in place. I'm telling you, this stuff's spreading like wildfire. These police officers do not have this perceived authority everybody think they do. Watch.
To Washington right now told us.
I need your driver's license, sir.
For what?
For careless driving.
I didn't careless drive. I didn't
Yeah,
careless
give me your
drive.
driver's
Hey,
license.
can I get your name and badge number?
Absolutely, 71.
What's your name and badge number?
8. I need your
What's your
driver's
name?
license, sir. Sir, I need your driver's license.
What's your name? Do I pose a threat to you?
I need a driver's license, sir.
Why?
I need your driver's license. You
Why?
committed a moving violation. You messed up.
I didn't commit a moving violation.
Sir.
There's rocks on there.
No.
I took a left. Yeah, there is.
Sir.
Yeah, there is. It's on
Sir,
video.
I need your driver's license. Not
For
your
what?
driver's license.
For
Because you
what?
committed a moving violation.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
All right, get me a supervisor.
Get your driver's
Get me a
license.
supervisor. I'll give you my driver's
Watch what I do again. Pay attention.
Sir, I
license.
need your driver's license.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm turning the vehicle off. I want your
Boom.
supervisor right now.
See that?
I want your supervisor right now.
I'm going to tell you what happened there. He knew better to get a supervisor because his supervisor would have been on my side.
Can you run the plate and see if this is his, and then I'll just mail him the ticket?
Remember, they already ran my plate. That fake plate that they gave. Now they're getting the real plate. Watch.
Okay. We'll get your ticket in the mail, sir, for careless driving.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, Wolby didn't get nothing, and I'm going to win that. I don't necessarily want to get him fired. I want to set precedent, and I'm going to. Eventually, I'm going to. So it's all good. And Taylor was brought in on that. That is when Taylor started committing conspiracies against me. And then when I don't want to put all that together right now, but it's big. It's big stuff, man. It's big stuff. Moving forward. I'm going to get back to the current case that we were on. And I want you guys to understand how crazy these people really are when it comes to these type of narratives and what they're willing to do. Look what they did to this poor lady.
Of criminal.
All right. I want to get to the point to where it's moving again.
What's disgusting is you can hear other civilians run up and assist this police officer without knowing what's going on while this woman is being attacked by him. They have no idea, but they're so programmed to believe that the police are right in everything that they're doing that they can see this happening and run over and immediately need to assist the police.
Isn't it crazy, y'all? You got bootlickers helping an armed man violate the rights of an unarmed woman that so-called parked a little off. What in the Sam hell is going on here? Honestly, people, this is why people have this is why I get out there and do what I do, you know, and I don't ask for much. I've never asked for money. People put my PayPal in there, you know, and, you know, I did have some people helping me out before. That's why I've slowed down on my cop watches because, you know, it gets expensive after a while.
Okay. I said okay, you fucking bro.
She's submitting under duress right now.
I ain't even doing that. I should have stayed home, Ma. I should have stayed my black ass.
Sir, call for rescue. I got you, sir. I'm a black man. I got you.
I just
Go
want to
ahead.
get up.
Sir,
You're
call
heavy.
for backup.
You're heavy. Please, I just asked for. He asked me for my ID. He didn't give me no reason, and he just started grabbing him. He didn't give me no reason, and then he hit me in my face. I never let a man hit me ever.
Let me read you a statement from Kiana. She says, the video spoke volumes. Therefore, I'm going to talk about life after 3 months of recovering from this tragic incident.
Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to look at that. This young, beautiful lady here. Because of this Caucasian, I don't know what his problem was, why he felt that he had to hurt this lady. I don't understand it. I just showed you 2 traffic stops where I inserted my rights the same way. But I'm a little more lawful, and I was on a live stream. So, you know, when it comes to cameras, and the reason why that Romulus police officer backed down is because they've already been sued 3 times for the same shit. Because an auditor like me came and got, so they've already been spanked. They know once I take this, I'm going to get a payout. I'm not trying to get paid, though. That's not me. I feel like that's stealing from myself. But I do want to make some changes, and I'm going to try my best to make that change. I just need the strength and the courage, and people. I need to see some backup out here. You know, if you guys truly believe in the narrative of what I'm, support this channel. At least become a member. You know, it's only $1 a month, and you know what I mean. It's $1 a month, and you guys constantly see me giving super chats to other people, becoming members. You know, I do support. I do, because I believe in the narrative. I believe that the all these issues that we're having are man-made, and I believe that our system's good. It's just that I believe that our people that run the system are so evil and so tyrannical, and they create their own operating standard procedure, and this stuff right here happens to young ladies like that. It's unacceptable, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless of how you feel about it, I have the people's back, and I will always be we the people. I believe in our freedoms, ladies and gentlemen. And I just don't understand why anybody would want for this to any way, shape, or form be the precedent that we set, that if you come into that park over there, and if you park wrong, or if you make a mistake, this is what's going to happen to you. My God, wake up. I'm not talking about getting woke. Fuck all that woke shit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about loving your neighbors, loving Americans. Pay attention to America. America is the least country that is in slavery. The least. We're not perfect, but we got a perfect constitution that people would follow. I'm going to speed it up a little bit here so we can.
Yeah. That's why don't you see those here on the hook?
Yeah. Get him in the closest vehicle right here.
Cool.
I got you.
I got hair, I got blood.
I don't care, man. You're good. It's just blood. She bit you. God.
You wanna just see? Let's go to the.
Sit over.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This poor girl.
Hey, do me a favor.
I see blood on. Look at that blood.
It is ID. I think it's a call.
Oh yeah, it would help another person of color to come and say that they had to help subdue her. Man, is he wrong? You were on the wrong side of history, buddy. Whoever you are. God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, man. Sit down, relax. Get the bed for you, man. Sit. Went to ask you for ID.
Yep.
You got a thing out of the car. Which swinging and biting me. My lip. Oh, yeah. Just a little laceration. Anything else you know about? Swinging and kicking and biting.
That's not what happened. That's not what I seen. You know what I seen? Let me here. You know what? Let's go back to the video. Let's go back to the video. Let's go back where He gets out of the car. Okay. Let's show the video evidence again. He gets out of the car. You see her? She was just backing out. She was trying to get out. But she, as you see, she's moving forward again because she realized she's involved in a traffic stop now. See how she's pulling up? She was going to go about her business.
X5 for Zulu Lima.
Did I really see what I just seen? I think. Is that a broken taillight?
For Zulu Lima.
No, it's not. Okay. I was about to, so you hear that? Oh my God, this is amazing. That's her talking to her mother. Now you hear her say, "Why?" That's the same thing as saying, "Articulate. Give me a reasonable articulable suspicion."
How you doing? You got an ID on you, man?
This guy's fiending for ID.
Why am I giving my ID?
Oh, there it is. Now let's speed it up to where he opens the door and assaults her. You guys ready? Here we go.
These people can kill me, Mom. And you want me to just give up?
Look at this guy. Look at this guy fiending for. Look, you can see him through the window. This guy's a straight up tyrant, man. He's a danger to society. We need to get him off the payroll. And most officers like him.
I was going to leave, but he just pulled up behind me.
You hear that?
And now he's asking for IDs and stuff.
See, it looks like she wants to be cooperative, but she's like, "I didn't do anything." Right? And they're getting away with this stuff, Mom. I'm driving while black again, Mom. This sucks.
I feel like I'm.
Mom's like, "You know what? Just participate so you can come home," because she didn't want her daughter. She was telling her daughter to go in the submissive mode and do and obey so that her life would be spared. Okay? Because she knows that she's fixing to get hurt. She knows that this officer doesn't care nothing about safety. All they want to do is steal, rob, and destroy.
I'm gonna get killed if I give them my ID, or they're gonna hunt me.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you one more time.
You hear that? He's still sticking to a quorum that is incorrect.
And then I'm going to pull
that I've proven twice in this video.
you out of the car, okay?
You're not pulling me out of nothing.
See that? You're not. Did you see her get out of the car, kicking and scratching? Did you see that? Look, see how she's going back? Look at that. She's leaning back. Where's the attack at? He lied when he said that. Remember that? Let's go back to where, now that I showed that, let's go back to the police report. Ready? Deputy reached to open the vehicle driver door after she refused to comply with the deputy's command and the procedure and her identification. And she immediately, the second time, pushed the driver door open and ran directly at the deputy. That's not what happened. That is not what happened, people. He's a liar. I'm not going any further into that guy's video. I'm telling you, people, we got to put a stop to this. I'm telling you guys that we have to come together. We have to band together, and we have to use the power of persuasion, the power of the written law and procedures, and make these people, these public servants, start to make them de-escalate with their threats. Make them have more patience when they're speaking to people that are being pulled over in these traffic stops. Make them articulate what they're doing and how they have committed their error in the law instead of going through all that and then setting them up to fail. We got to do this together. Y'all, I think I've made my point. I think I've proven it. And there's so many people that take me for granted because they know I'm real. They know people are out here thinking that I'm trying. How am I a frauditor? You know, I heard one of those people today say, I know we got bad cops. I know we got to weed them out. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to continue to steal my videos and tell me how of a menace to society that I am instead of acting on what you just submitted to? I'm not bullcrapping you guys. There, I'll let you hear it for yourself. I don't even care who he is. I want you to hear what he said. Let me see if I can find that video real quick. Because I think it's important for people to hear the bootlicker that submitted to this. Literally submitted to that story. Submitted to that narrative. And I could have sworn I had it in here. Maybe I watched it on another device. But he said, I know, he submitted to it. You know? TV 2 years. This might be it right here. You know what? I think this is it. Yeah. Okay, listen right here. Here. Let's see. Wait one second, y'all. So he's talking about good guy audits. Hold up. Here. All right. So let me share this part right here, where he literally concedes to these facts and says there are bad cops and they need to be weeded out. Listen to the bootlicker that is talking to the real people that actually deal with what he's talking about, because he's not picking up a camera and holding them accountable. He's not going out filing motions and complaints on the stuff that he just conceded to. So instead, he likes to make money off of our videos. But listen, he concedes.
Miranda once again got himself locked up. Now, I think most of you, if not all of you, will agree with me that the BS that David, Eli, and those other knuckleheads out in New York City that are not happy with the policy of no recording in the NYPD lobbies, well, it doesn't make any sense, the crap that they're doing. Okay, we've already seen Sean, the Long Island frauded, who got arrested and took the case to court, and to this day I have not heard any outcome any different in whether the NY.
Listen to the narrative, guys. It's coming. Listen, all that crap that he just said and concedes to it. Watch this. Very passive aggressive.
PD was considering removing that policy or whatever the case may be. Now, I think it's safe to say, as we all know, there's many case law out there stating that these government locations have the right to operate the location the way they feel fit, as long as it's reasonable. Plenty of case law on establishing that those locations are considered. Now, I find it a little unusual that these so-called freedom fighters, such as David, I mean, damn it, you would think he would do his homework, okay? You got to imagine that his mentor there, Sean Paul Reyes, aka the Long Island Frauded, who got himself.
See how he does that? This guy has won cases. This guy actually, as much as I am not a fan of this guy, I still back the narrative. Okay.
Arrested at the 65th precinct, and to this day, again, took it to court where apparently the fight should be taken, which I agree with. Okay, let a judge decide whether that sign is legit or not legit. Okay, I'm sure most of you will remember that video that Sean did where he got himself arrested. He was waving around a piece of paper that stated that the NYPD, for the longest, ever since having that sign posted in their lobbies, they've been breaking the law. Well, again, if that ammunition that Sean Paul Reyes was waving around in that video stated that they were breaking the law, then I would think when he went to court, the judge would say, damn it, Sean, you're right. Let's jump down NYPD's throat and get them to remove that sign. Now, again, I took the time and effort to post a comment on David Miranda's video of him getting arrested. It doesn't make sense, guy. You continue to do this is like every other day now. I think if you guys for those of you that are keeping track of David, this is like every day. They go to a different precinct doing the same bull crap, going in there, and then once they're confronted and told, hey, there's no recording allowed in here, they go with.
Wait until he concedes to everything that he's speaking against right now. Listen.
The same old bullshit. The same old bullshit. Well, is that a law? Is that a law? That's a policy, and policy can't do that. And I'm saying, come on now. You would think his subscribers would say, well, David, how many times do you got to get arrested? How many times do you?
As many as it takes for them to honor their oath. That's what an activist is. It's called civil disobedience. If you haven't heard, it's called the First Amendment, the right to redress your government. The two attributes in there to redress your grievances and to protest.
Got to get kicked out of a precinct for it to stick in your head that you going to various
I don't know where this is. I gotta find it.
Trying to force your way of thinking down their throats or whatever. It's not going to get you nowhere. If you really want to make some kind of change, if that's really annoying you of no recording in their policy, in their lobbies, I should say, excuse me, then why not make an appointment with the commissioner or the mayor, somebody who has the authority, okay? And then you got to suck it up. Whether they agree with you or disagree with you, you got to suck up the outcome, okay? But again, as the way I see it, the same old bullshit every other day, a different video of going to various police departments trying to, again, force your way of thinking down their throats, whether they like it or not. It's not going to get you nowhere. All it gets them is getting either trespassed, kicked out, or arrested. Let me show you that little quick video for those of you that didn't get.
So I'm trying to figure out where this is.
See it, and then we'll jump into our second video. Let's check out the video.
All right, I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to do that. I want to find out where we're at in here, where this so-called frauditor tracker literally says.
Of this community, let's say, then you know that we all understand that we have bad cops.
Here it is. Here it is. Listen to this. Oh, thank God I found it. Listen to this, guys. Listen to this. There's no way he could justify this. There's no backpedaling. You admitted flat out, point blank, why you know what it is, what we do, and yet you have you come out with no conclusion. No conclusion at all.
All right, well, there you go. David once again gets himself arrested. Now, I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, will agree with me that, in my opinion, David is not doing anything other than to make content for his viewers.
And for you, obviously, wait till you concede. This is why I don't respond to these people, because they're all full of crap and they're all tyrants, including people that are redoing and stealing our videos.
His viewers that get off on seeing police treat it like
Remember,
shit.
he's deflecting right now. The owner of this channel is deflecting.
Now, again, David, if you get to watch this video, don't take me wrong, buddy, because I do agree that police need to be watched. I'm all for that, okay? As long as you don't interfere in their job, go right ahead. Document what they're doing. Because as I think the majority of us, if you really knew us, this community, let's say, then you know that we all understand that we have bad cops. We know that there are cops that need to be weeded out and kicked off the force. But let's be real.
Okay, you just heard him concede to it. Everything he just said, everything. Now I'm getting rid of that video because I just proved to you everything Wolverine has, and I have tons of receipts, tons and tons and tons. This stuff right here is what I'm talking about. If you are a bootlicker and enjoy being a bootlicker that knows that there's bad cops out here and just conceded to guys going on recording bad cop, and you know they needed to be weeded out. Bro, they're not going to weed themselves out. They have a Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate themselves, just like you do. You think they're going to investigate themselves? You see, you just agreed with the fundamental basic facts of what I do every time I go out there. Because I'm not anti-cop. I'm anti-bad cop. And you ain't going to do it sitting in your ass, stealing our videos. You're not going to make change. The only thing you're going to do is make the change that jiggles inside your pocket and folds. That's all you doing. Nobody cares. I understand that. I get it. I get why people, support each other. And if anybody wants to support a legitimate cause, I am that person. And if my mods want to put in my stuff, they're more welcome to do so. But in the meantime, back at the ranch, understand, Wolverine at Wolvie is who I am. I'm for the people. I'm for good police officers. I give shout outs to good police officers all the time when they're doing their jobs and they're upholding their oath and they listen and they know their place in society. You serve us. You serve people, individuals in the community like myself. And I appreciate that, like Joe Sparks, when he saved my life. A shout out to Lincoln Park police officers for actually training this guy to go above and beyond to do that. Is he a hero? No, he's a damn good police officer, though. He's a damn good cop that just happened to be at the right place at the right time, that went beyond and cut a line that was directed, that had 13.2 thousand volts running through it, and took some bolt cutters and cut it and put his life on the line to save my dead body to see if they can bring me back. Because I was already dead. He didn't have to do that. That is a fact. I will support good cops, but they're hard. There's a lot of bad cops. And you got to understand, just because you got a good heart, just because you do and you're not out there pulling people over and trying to excel by attacking the working man, and you actually do, you actually go out and, like detectives, like actually arrest people that actually murder, rob, and kill. Well, good for you. But when's the last time you put cuffs on a cop? Because there's plenty of criminals out there that wear badges. And on that note, Wolverine's going to go back quiet. You guys have anything in the comments you want to say? Please feel free to leave a comment. God bless. Wolverine's back quiet reading the mail for show.